Hey,
Yeah. Man, that thing scared me every time, even though I know it's coming. All right. Welcome, everyone, to episode 13 of Just Boolin'. We just finished episode 10, the finale of X-Men 97. And
man, that shit was wild.
so I'm not going to lie, like in the beginning, like, that sketch gonna test, oh, here they go, this flashback
Yeah,
bullshit.
that cheap
But
shit.
then it turned into something like bigger. And Sketch, and I promise you, Sketch will be able to fill in the blanks, but there was so much going on in this episode. So
Bro,
much going on.
the
Like,
cameos alone were nuts.
oh, I actually had to pull that up because I missed some. Did you know there was 25 cameos in that one episode?
Damn.
I think you named most of them: Silver Samurai,
Mm-hmm.
Iron Man, Captain America, Daredevil, obviously, Doctor Strange,
Cloak and
Black
Dagger.
Panther, and Dorothy J. Probably saying that wrong. Cloak and Dagger. We saw those.
Yeah.
Yep. Omega Red, Crimson Dynamo, and Dark Star. Those are the
Yep.
three in that area. North Star, Roaring Puck. You called those. I remember that. Cyclops, Scarlet Witch, Quicksilver, and Polaris. And I was kind of curious about that last one. I was like, that was Polaris. I'm reading from a list now, just so y'all know. I don't really know what's off the top of my head. Morpheus, he transformed into Mr. Fantastic and Sauron. When I saw Sauron in that Sentinel, I was like, this guy, all right. Because he could pick anyone to fly as. And,
yeah.
Peter Parker, MJ, Flash Thompson, you nailed those.
Cloak and Dagger was also in that.
Yep, Cloak and Dagger, man. So the cameos were out the ass.
Yeah.
Out the ass. Wild. So for you guys listening to this, obviously you probably have watched the episode. The episode was the climax of the battle between Bastion and the Sentinels to a degree against the X-Men. And when I say, for the most part, outside of the conversations between Magneto and Xavier, it was all action, man.
Yeah, like it was moving.
All action, all fighting, all whatever. We will note there was a moment that they subdued Bastion and collared him or whatever, so he lost control of all the Sentinels. Motherfuckers died. And Sketch was like, oh yeah, obviously that's what they get, which we agree. They chose to become mutant hating fucking cyborg fucking monsters.
Yeah, they didn't know what they were getting into completely, but like they showed up because they didn't like mutants.
Exactly. And so you gotta think they only showed about 7, 8 fall out of the sky, but in reality, there was a couple fucking 100,000 people falling out of the fucking sky at that moment.
Mm-hmm.
If not more. There was a lot of people just falling out of the fucking sky, and I can only imagine, man, there's therapy fucking around for everybody when they come to this
Not
shit.
even thinking about the fact, like, if we're looking at this from like a real world standpoint, imagine the fallout, because some of these Sentinels had to be killed by mercenaries, bad guys, and good guys out in the world, like that you don't see on screen, because mutants are everywhere, and so are superheroes and villains.
And yes, they fought for it when they first got revealed in this 2 episodes ago when he turned his mother. That was worldwide.
Yeah,
worldwide, they were just hunting people. They were hunting mutants and all. So you got to think there's a lot of fighting back that we didn't get to see. Everyone know the X-Men. Yes, everyone know all the people that they showed, but the mutants in the X-Men universe, man, there's battles that happened that was probably better than anything we ever saw.
Bro, and I'm thinking about like what's going on with like Silver Sable's group, right? When all this shit is going on, I know they're showing up all over the world, so they're going to be involved in something. Like it's going to happen.
Yep.
And I know Taskmaster is raking it in off of this shit because he's got plenty of work to do. People need to be trained. Shit needs to get done.
You gotta think about it. The entire world rose up, and then they got a common enemy for a little bit.
I would love to be Taskmaster in this world right now. I'm not gonna lie to you, because his whole job is to be a trainer. I love this shit. Just hand over fist.
Okay. So I guess a few notes. Explain the Magneto protocols, because they just look like missiles to me.
That I didn't know about. I always knew because of the whole government thing. DC and Marvel do the same thing. The Senator Kelly Boulevard Trask, they always have these contingencies. If I'm not mistaken, they have one for Magneto. They have one for Iron Man, and they have one for the Sentry. But those are the only ones I know about. But even then, and the Hulk, but Thunderbolt Ross usually takes care of him.
All right.
Yeah, I don't really know anything about
Brother Internet says Magneto Protocols was a network of satellites designed to work against the powerful electromagnetic powers of the mutant supervillain known as Magneto. So they basically disrupted his powers.
Oh,
But
okay.
in the X-Men 97 Disney show, they did what humans really do, and they shot missiles at him.
This is try to nuke his ass.
Well, they tried to nuke him, which again, I'm not
I
sure
don't-
what happened there. He seemed to be going towards something, and death just doesn't sit well with me.
He's definitely not dead because we didn't see a body, but he did try to basically blow himself up. Instead of trying to be saved, he just wanted to spite himself. My initial thought though, when I heard about the Magneto Protocol and saw all the nukes and shit, I'm like, do they not realize that if you blow it up, it just makes smaller chunks that go everywhere? Like you just
that's what I thought. Like, where did they think it was gonna go when they shot missiles at it?
This is
like that's a whole weird plot point because they shot something in the sky and then we're upset that it fell.
Yeah, like also they're lucky it didn't shatter into like a million pieces. But yeah, that's
what just all the fighting that was happening.
Yeah,
there. Jesus.
But that's a whole trope though. Like, I think One Punch Man in recent memory did something like that where they questioned like, don't blow up the big asteroid and let it split into a million pieces. Like, come up with another idea.
Well, yeah,
I don't know. Maybe I'm just reading too much.
Like trying to shoot a deterrent at it from light years or however many miles away, only to move it closer to hitting.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Also,
Jesus.
the Magneto lives bit, golden. When he just woke up, Magneto lives, bro.
And we thought it was going to be the Lost Memory Joseph thing for a while.
I did,
but he didn't seem to like be manipulating him at all. He just left out like the hating parts that Magneto
exactly
did.
Which I gotta say, I thought it was going to be a lot more slimy than that, and I'm glad because there's a lot of
he was talking kind of close in his face too. I don't know. That was weird.
But he wasn't trying to manipulate him at all, and I'm glad they're not trying to like make the professor evil in this. Just show him as a flawed man.
Yeah, I didn't get him knowing what him warping Magneto's mind in the comics to fit the narrative.
Yeah.
I like seeing that he was just trying to reason. He was like, "Look, man, you're this guy. You have this goals. We thought about this stuff, and this is why you can't." And I was right. This is why you can't with me and mom. Rogue didn't leave you. She's waiting for you. So I thought I liked the way he handled him with kid gloves, and it wasn't him pushing him to be anyone that he wasn't.
Exactly. I dig
that. I mean, I guess we don't have to. All right. So just to recap, so people who have, for the most episode covered the psyche conversation between Magneto and Charles Xavier, trying to reason with him initially before Charles Xavier basically just forced his mind on him and forced him to basically repolarize the Earth in order to get power back and all stuff like that, shattered his mind, and then continued to, basically bring him back to humanity before his mind shattered. That was one thing. The second thing was fucking the X-Men putting in work and putting the work on Bastion. Like, I thought him being like, taking Cable's arm and, forming some, well, that was another. That was, man, God, I sat here and when that happened, I shook my head. I said, dang, he just beat him. He just ripped his arm off and smacked him twice with his own hand.
Yeah.
Man, I said, not only is he an asshole, he just a whole dickhead too. Like,
Mhm.
damn. But this to see that, like, while he is powerful, he wasn't all powerful. Like they got their licks in too.
Mhm.
Rogue, yo, Rogue for the most part, she started off on site. Here we go, and man,
Oh yeah,
tore him
his
up, man.
his
He,
name is
he
Gambit. Remember it.
ooh,
That was a cold line. And then proceeded. My favorite thing was she proceeded to put hands on that motherfucker like she believed in it. She
mm.
headbutted that motherfucker.
Oh, that's right, head butted, and then you mentioned the in his face thunderclap,
Oh yeah,
man.
bro, that combo, the fucking Hulk Buster combo, the fucking headbutt to the fucking hammer blow, and then she gets up in his shit and thunderclaps Hulk style. That shit was crazy, bro. It reminds me of
So
that scene from I want to say it was Prices on Two Earths. It was the Justice League animated film, but in that film, Wonder Woman and her alternate version are fighting each other, and Wonder Woman puts hands on this lady, but like Grecian hands, like she's doing wrestling moves and shit. She also drops a people's elbow on her ass, and I fucking loved it. But it very much reminded me of that scene. I just loved seeing fucking Rogue get after it.
yeah, and she did, and she was ready for it the entire time,
Smoke.
man. So so they basically put in work on on Bastion the entire time. Scott
Boy
Cyclops,
Scott.
he had a one-on-one that was beautiful to watch. We ran it back. What, we saw it twice, maybe
Yeah,
three times.
I think it was
Um,
three. But yeah, bro crawled all over his ass and then hit him with the scream.
mm, hit him with that Marvel. That was Capcom's finisher.
Bro, that shit was wild.
So the episode ends with obviously Bastion getting blown up by the missiles. I'm gonna run back and watch that. I felt like there was something there that was sucking them in. I don't know. Pause. No diddy. And but
Did he?
so I want to go back and I want to look at that. But the episode ends with Magneto regaining, obviously his mind a little bit. We still don't know though how that works and what that still affected, because we all know when you fuck with somebody's mind, there's always ramifications for that. Always.
Yep.
There's no just doing things to someone's mind and thinking they're gonna be okay. And so Magneto says the word. Well, first off, honorable mention to the X-Men's plan. They had Cyclops shooting his beam through a tunnel that blasts the beams out of the bottom of the asteroid to propel it upwards in order to save it. They had Rogue pushing. They had Jean was mind forcing it, and Aurora was doing the
Fucking wind
wind.
tunnel.
And I don't know what Hank was doing, but
Oh,
he was sitting.
Hank was on the controls.
Hank was on controls, but they were, with their powers combined, they were blasting that motherfucker upwards. They were stopping it from crashing to Earth.
Also,
Magneto,
shout out to the humans who, when Magneto woke up, everybody cheered. Like, y'all so real for that.
yeah,
Like, you literally just tried to blow them up.
like it's exactly like, you know what, a little part should have hit that building, but it is what it is. Magneto wakes, he saves, he pulls everything up, and I mentioned this while we were watching, that I thought that the whole breaking of his mind thing was going to be like the Onslaught kind of
Oh,
thing, but they took it more, and then we also thought the Joseph thing, but they took it more, yeah. But we took it, but they took it more of the just, his mind broke a little bit. Hey, look, man, you're a good dude. Wake the fuck up, type shit.
yeah. Because I was ready for them to say, like, this has not been Magneto the whole time. This was Joseph.
Yep.
I was like,
So
okay.
they then Magneto wakes. He saves, uses magnetism which is an amazing power. That's so much affected by magnetism that people don't even fucking realize it. But he brings the asteroid to space, and then boom, it disappears. and we find out later, is it in through fucking time. Man, so we know what happens in Egypt. That's the beginning of apocalypse.
Yeah.
Um, I forget his name. You said it.
Ansabanur.
Ansabanur.
Yeah.
He fucking said it in the episode too. But Ansabanur. So that's young him. This is
Mhm.
pre him taking over type stuff. Which I'm excited for this part.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what they consider, and then they call him the first mutant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm excited to see his story prior to, because obviously, and then you have Jean and Cyclops, just Jean and Cyclops, right? Magneto, everybody else went to the past. Jean and Cyclops to the future, and
Yeah.
what?
Yeah. You're right.
Oh, okay, and then we see that as a young Nathan. So now, and I've been literally waiting for this for probably like 20 minutes now. What is Strife and who is Strife? I've known of the character, did not know who it was, and so you're about to explain who it was. But when I tell you guys, if you didn't know, I was shocked. So go.
So the Asakani lady, that's actually Rachel Ann Summers.
Rachel Ann Summers.
Yes.
Who's she?
Scott and Jean's daughter.
Okay.
That's Mother Ascani. That Nathan Summers that they have, I don't know if it's the clone or not, but I do know that she clones motherfucking Cable, because in the comics,
Rachel does.
Yes, in the comics, when they send him out to the future, she's really the only one that can help him, and they do end up saving him. But she clones him just in case something happens to him, and then he gets stolen. He gets stolen by I think it's Apocalypse and his like second in command or something like that. I don't remember his name, but they steal him and they raise him as Strife. And then once he becomes old enough, because Apocalypse's whole thing is to try and take over Cable's body. He tries to take over Nathan's body, but he finds out that because he's a clone, he's an unsuitable fucking vessel for it.
Okay.
And then, of course, he finds out that he's actually a clone and loses his goddamn mind. But yeah, that's a whole thing. He is a terrible, terrible villain. Like, he is evil as shit. And very confused. Yeah, and very powerful.
So what is it? He's a telepath. Man, the suit's crazy.
Yeah.
His outfit me a picture.
Yeah.
His outfit is wild. You sent me a picture of that, and I was like, I remember this character. I remember like figurines of him. And I actually can tell you right now that I know there's a figurine of him in a place called Mystic Mountain in Orange Mandarin area here. He's in a bin. This guy, his figure. Anyway, now I want it, but I might have to make a trip, man. But anyway, I didn't know who he was or anything about him. Have seen him in comics before, seen the figures before.
Oh man!
But
I just remembered. Before I forget, at the end, the after credits, fucking thing, they name drop goddamn Grayson Creed, bro.
Oh yes,
so we're getting Friends of Humanity.
Grayson Creed, Sabretooth's son.
Yep.
Yeah, because we like to spread good information here.
Yep. The super televangelist that hates mutants. But yeah, I'm thinking if they're name dropping him, then we're still gonna get the Friends of Humanity and his all that shenanigans and whatnot. And we might get the next group of mutants to come in.
So that's what so who did Forge lead? It was the X-Force?
Either X-Force or X-Factor.
I thought X-Factor was...
That's Jamie Madrox, but I think he was involved too.
X-Factor was Cannonball and them, Havoc. I think
Mhm.
Havoc was in charge of X Factor. Let's do X Force there.
Yeah, because it was like
Yeah, I think
Havoc, and there was like Angel at one point, and
so. Yeah,
then
we're definitely gonna get a new team of them. Um, well, I like I like Bishop line. Oh, you're looking for a new set of mutants to find the X-Men. That's another thing. The Bishop cameo, he came back, not necessarily a cameo because he was here. He got a couple credits, episode credits. But no, Bishop came back
honestly,
with a new cut, right? Or was he short hair when he left?
I want to say he had long hair originally when in the first few episodes, but the X Factor thing would make sense since they already introduced Val Cooper because she was part of X Force too, but she was part of the government team, I think.
Oh shit, Cable actually led X Force.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, it's gonna be interesting. I'm super excited. Um, Again, for Apocalypse's story, super excited for the future. This Nathan's so okay. Why does she? Wait, oh, I just remember something. Why did she clone him again? Just this is
Oh,
she cloned him when he came to the future with the technovirus, but she made a clone of him in case he didn't survive.
yes.
And that clone, luckily, didn't have the technovirus.
No, but he was stolen.
Got it. Okay. Oh man.
Oh wait, no. He did have the kid did have the technovirus, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
been a long time since I've seen those comics, but I do remember that for sure. That he was cloned, and then the clone was stolen, and that the Mother Ashkanio is Rachel Ann.
And she's a psychic too. I'm seeing like
Hmm.
kind of she had got some kind of phoenix like powers herself. Huh? I Oh, this is something I thought was really funny that you mentioned. I didn't even think about when the episode ended and Sketch said he said, I can't wait for the movie. And I'm like, this motherfucker, he's absolutely fucking right. Cause you know what's gonna come in between their seasons because they know fucking X-Men movie.
I
Or
would
if
lo-
we if it doesn't happen, we'll get one with the accompanying season.
I would love for them to complete the nostalgia circle, and as they're giving us new seasons, give us new TV specials.
Like showing us other teams,
Well,
stuff like that.
not like you know how like remember Batman the animated series and how it had movies like Batman, Sub Zero.
Oh yeah, Hush, all that stuff. Yeah. Well, not Hush was on separate thing, but yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
I
Batman,
would be down for
Master
whatever.
Chief,
I need more.
yeah,
I
that's what I'm hoping for.
so they say that Bo had heavy influence on the first and second season, so we can expect that the second season will be similar to the first as far as
Mhm.
writing goes. You know, I'm sure that they got their people that's going to do their thing. But so we're looking at maybe, and we'll say here, May 15th, 2024, that we'll see the quality of the season 3.
Yeah,
I kind of feel like season 2 is gonna be good. We had our qualms about the writer or the lead writer, all the stuff like that, or
absolutely.
showrunner when it first started. But we saw the vision, and it was blurry at times, but it's
We're here.
man, we're here, man, and now, like I ain't gonna lie, man, I'm a little bit sad because
Yeah,
like this was our thing every Wednesday, so. We got to find something else for one. So we'll let you guys know what that new thing will be. I mean, we do have Legion. We can
oh,
pick some
absolutely.
we can pick some days and power through Legion. But um, the question to end the episode: what kind of like TV shows do you like?
What kind do I like?
Yeah. And I feel like we have the same. That's kind of like I'm gonna let you answer first, and then I'm gonna talk.
So like I like two kinds of TV. Um, I love procedurals. I'm a big fan of like my mom was a big fan of Law and Order SVU. I I watched it with her and I grew to like it, but I was more into Criminal Minds and to a slightly lesser extent NCIS. Um, so I like procedurals with like a kind of an episodic nature, but then like I do like a an overarching story.
I-
But
I'm the same way.
I'm also a caveman and I gotta have action. I grew up on Nash Bridges, Walker Texas Ranger, um, and
Dr.
not early,
Quinn, Medicine Woman.
well, yeah, Dr. Quinn Messi, but martial law, um, obviously Magnificent Seven. So, like, I gotta have some action in there. Like, stuff's got to be happening. Stakes got to be high. We got to be saving the world, or at least the city. Like
I'm
some
all
stuff.
about that. Oh, that's speaking of. No, okay. So, are you? I'm sorry to interrupt. Are you?
Yeah, that's
You?
it for me.
All right. So I'm the same way. I need a good story. That's what hooks me. I like watching something that keeps me coming back, and I like a character, or like to hate a character, or something like that. But it has to be a great story. Um, I'm a huge. I love true crime type stuff. So obviously that's and not so much like cop type shit, but like I like a Criminal Minds type stuff.
You like the mystery of it.
Yeah, I like the mystery. I like how people go about finding things. Like, and that goes. You know, that's Tracker. There's a show called Tracker that I've been watching. That's pretty good. But so but I'm the same as you. Got to do something to hook me. It can't just be fucking just dumb comedy. And I love a good
Yeah.
comedy from time to time, but
See
if I want to
that
laugh, I know exactly where to go to get the laughs that I need.
exactly. Um, what I don't like, I cannot stand procedurals that are absurdistly funny or like secondhand embarrassment. So like, I hate Psych all day. I watched the first season, I powered through, and I hate that show. 'Cause,
Really,
yes,
really.
I hate characters who are nothing but the butt of the joke.
So that's so.
I hate characters like that.
I didn't like that for Gus. Um, because I really like Gus as a character. I've
Yeah.
only seen one season myself. It's on my forever growing watch list. Um, I didn't mind it being stupid, but I was also in a mode where I didn't. I was watching a bunch of stuff that was similar. Um,
Gotcha.
I,
Okay.
I like it. I like it myself more of the. I get past the stupidity of Sean for just. I'm a MacGyver kid. Okay,
Fair.
so
Fair.
I like unconventional ways of doing normal
Yeah,
things.
and it was so cool. That's what made me so mad about it. It was like it was so cool how he was like
The
trained
concept
as
is
a
great.
child to observe this shit. That's why I love the fucking with Scott Speedman. We were just talking about it. It's The Mentalist. That's why I
Yep.
love The Mentalist because The Mentalist understand this. I hate when people try and like make things a joke because they feel like it's too serious. Like a story can't take itself. Obviously, a story can take itself too seriously, but like, are we just? Does it have to be a joke all the time?
I agree. Yeah. No,
Yeah,
I
I, I hate
100% agree.
I hate
So
that. It's like
I feel like I think Psych was just a little too silly for you. I get that.
the listener was a good version of that though. It kind of flipped it on his head. So instead of like playing it being psychic, the guy was actually psychic, but it was more
Okay.
of an affliction, and he
It was like
kept
a Spike. That's a Raven type thing.
yeah, but like
Isn't
it
it
was almost
crazy
like
that that's a reference to making people understand what you mean?
yeah, it was like almost like mini seizures. They did get better over the course of the seasons, but
How many episodes? How many seasons? I mean,
uh, 4 seasons, I believe. I did not finish it. It is on my ever growing list too. Um, I got to season 3.
no, I asked this question because I want I want to find some common ground. So obviously, I know not too silly, but some common ground of like a show that we can watch that like. Because I'm not gonna lie, one thing I love this. Like
5 seasons.
Yeah,
My bad.
I love, I'm not gonna say I love my life and stuff like that, and I love my days, but I love Wednesdays because Wednesdays was Sketch and Saint get to watch fucking X-Men '97, and this is to me it's Wednesdays was my Saturday morning, you know.
I feel the same way.
So so I want to find something like on a similar vein, something fairly new, something that's coming out, so we can or something that we can power through. We can be like, hey, look, we watch 2 or 3, 4 episodes at a time, boom, 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 boom. So, but we'll get back to you on all of that. Like I said, I like same type of stuff, true crime, stuff like that. I like a little silliness myself, but I think we'll figure it out. We have men sketch did start Legion together. We only watched that one episode though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we did start Legion, so it's going to be something that we definitely are going to be talking about.
And I also got a list of anime that I need to watch too. So,
I mean, I'm all down for that too. Like I actually just speaking since we're talking about Re Monster. All right,
yeah, you had
okay,
something to say about that shit,
man. Re Monster started out so fucking good, and I like the concept of it. And long story short, the concept of Re Monster is a guy gets isekai'd into a new world. He has this ability called absorption. When he eats things, he absorbs skills from whatever he eats, whether it's a plant or a sword or a person or orc or whatever. So he's isekai'd into a new world, killed isekai'd, wakes up as a goblin, smartest goblin. He starts killing and eating all this random stuff, evolving into like a smarter and bigger, more powerful version of himself, and just skill upon skill upon skill upon skill upon skill, regeneration skills or whatever. So you're thinking to yourself like, they're gonna have some badass fucking battles, because you gotta have some badass fucking battles for someone to be going up against someone who has all these fucking skills.
Yeah,
and the fights themselves are really fucking good. And not even the fight, they're even the fight scenes where the main character and his goblins like completely decimate an army, just being strategic and using their individual powers that they get from evolving, from doing certain things. One girl like gathered a bunch of rocks, so when she evolved into like a hobgoblin, she can control Earth. Like, so what, it's just cool shit. Like, the concept of it is so cool. But I had my qualms about it because at the beginning, and I think that's my new word, qualms. But anyway, so in the beginning, he saw that one of the goblins' main thing, their generation. So goblins up ahead of him, what their main thing was to do was to bring human women back to the cave and do stuff to them to further their population. He's like, man, we can't do that. That's horrible. He goes to, when he's like, evolved a little bit, he can talk. He goes to them and he's like, I'm sorry for what's happened to you. Do you guys want to die? Type shit. He gives them poison to kill themselves. Okay. Okay. So then, you think, all right, so he's not letting some fucky shit happen. So
right.
Then a generation ahead of him comes back, brings more women with them. And he's like, oh, no one's touching these women, blah, blah, blah. All right, okay, I get that. I'm like, all right, cool. He's not letting this turn into some fucking Goblin Slayer type shit, But then he proceeds to go and fuck those women,
bro.
And at first, I ignored it for the longest time. Sketch. I ignored it for the longest time that the girls would get close with him or show jealousy, but they would never really show anything. And then it just clicked one day that like every time he disappears into a room with them, that's what's happening. Like they don't say anything or make any noises or whatever. And they didn't start that until like episode 5. Some elves came to attack them, so he beat a bunch of elves, kidnapped some, and then he has this ability with his blood that anything with his blood he can like see through it type shit. It's really cool ability. Anything with his blood in it, he can like communicate with someone, communicate. So what he's been doing is making these earrings and gauntlets and shit out of his blood to give to his goblins so everyone can communicate with each other. It's cool as fucking shit. So he makes these earrings for elves, and the elves have this thing that they can't wear jewelry or adorn their ears, blah blah blah. I get it, But then there's this whole fucking sound thing that goes on. He was like, and then he was like, oh, there's a lot of noises made that night. And no, I take it back. So he did. So this is when I started being upset about it. I could get it. I got the fan service when it came to the girls previously, and obviously they overshadowed it a lot. So you didn't really. It could go either way. They could either be
Right.
sleeping together or they could be blah blah blah. But then when the elves thing happened, when he put the earrings on the elves, and then they did their little squeaky thing, and I was like, okay, that's weird. And then the last episode that I watched is the episode that I decided I'm going to drop it. Is he went up the whole one of the main plot points is there goblins, the elves come to the initial thing was the elves came to force the goblins to help them fight the humans that were encroaching on their land. But they didn't realize they had a cool goblin that was like, fuck this. Yeah, you're not. And so he fucked them up. And so he went and met with the king, and now they have a partnership, but their ultimate goal is to keep humans from basically doing what humans do. And so he kills these bunch of camps. He goes against this one knight, a woman that says, hey, look, if you're my, she's like, if you beat me, I'll submit to you, whatever, blah, blah. Obviously, he beats her because he's a pro tag. And then it takes her back to the thing, and I'm like, okay, and then she's like, oh, no. And she literally says, it's wrong for a knight to have premarital relations, blah, blah, blah. And
what the fuck?
Yes. And then it cuts, obviously, and a lot of sounds were made that night, and I was like, I'm done.
I don't like that.
I don't like that. And I'm like, I'm like, why? Like, and then again, it's like, why does that kind of stuff get animated?
Yeah. And
then I know that the fucking otaku is gonna fucking say this bullshit. And if y'all listen to this, y'all don't like what I'm saying about the anime, you go fuck yourself. Personally, I don't care. But it's weird, man. Like, there's so much fucking shit that can happen, and so much stories that can be told without that kind of fan service. And I'm against it. And I'm not gonna lie, I used to be part of the young buck titties. I love a good ass shot, panty shot, but I grew up. And 2024 with everything happening and all these fucking people jumping on all kinds of stuff, like, I'm surprised stuff like that made it through. It's crazy. But I mean, obviously that's over in Japan, so they can do what they want to type shit.
Yeah, I will say, for my money, they have a different culture than, not like, obviously they're a different culture. They're halfway across the world, but they're also different in terms of like sexuality and stuff like that. They have a different kind of moratorium on it than we do, and some of it doesn't translate. Perfect example, the Bulma Goku thing, or the Master Roshi Bulma thing in Dragon Ball.
What's that?
To get the Nimbus, I think it was to get the Nimbus. She had to show Master Roshi her panties. Or was it? No, it was the Dragon Ball. They called Master Roshi, and he gave him a Dragon Ball, or some shit like that. It's been a long time.
I've seen the clip a bunch of times. Goku basically, I said like that.
Yeah, it's
definitely a different. It was a different time. I get that.
What is it? What's the fucking cartoon? Shin-Chan. Shin-Chan's a perfect example.
Shin-Chan.
Yeah, it was on Adult Swim. It was a little like a little slice of life sitcom anime.
Crayon Shin-Chan?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, I've seen this kid. I think I might have some stickers somewhere.
Yeah, very, very crude, very like kind of toilet potty humor. But they also get like adult themes and stuff in there. But that's a perfect example of like, you couldn't show that to kids really. That's why it was on Adult Swim.
Yeah, I mean, I get, they do have a entirely different culture over there. Over there, like, there literally are vending machines with panties in them. So,
do they still do that?
I mean, I ain't been. It's 2024.
Yeah,
been years, but when I went there, they were outside of most like model shops and like stuff like that. Yeah, there were the vending machines that were sold panties, and when you open the thing, it had a picture of the girl who panties they came from and the panties.
You know what? I can't be mad at them because they're ahead of the curve. These bitches are out there selling bath water and used panties and shit like that on Instagram. Japan's ahead of the curve. Hey,
Socks.
so, oh my God, are you serious?
Yeah, socks too.
All right. Well, hey, buy what you want. I ain't gonna stop you.
Thank you
Yeah, way
everyone
off
for
pocket.
joining us this episode. Yeah, we out of pocket. Thank you guys for listening to this episode. Really appreciate it. Please feel free to check out all the links below. There will be a link to our socials, sketches, merch shop, and also sketches video for Hell Divers is really amazing on his TikTok. Crawl coming soon.
I
And
would say it's amazing.
I would. I am, and I did. But also, will be, if you listen to this, recent when it happens, we will be doing a live show on Sunday. Hollywood, please don't touch our fandoms. And I don't know what happened to the universe, but man, I've been seeing all these articles, all this shit just happening, people making new things. And I'm like,
Yeah.
man, I can't wait. We have so much to talk about. Like, I literally, this time coming up, we're gonna have a list with with a playlist of the videos for the stuff we're gonna watch during it to see. I cannot wait for it. You guys are gonna be
Word.
impressed with the work.
Oh yeah.
But thank you everyone again for listening. Please check out all of our links, comment, like, and subscribe, share. We really appreciate it, and we'll catch you guys next time. We're gonna be talking about AI and other stuff
Oh yeah.
later. Bye. Also,
Thanks for tuning in.
the other show that we do is called Here We Connect. I forgot the name. I don't know why I have a brain for it, but all the links and stuff will be in the description. Again, have a great day. We really appreciate you guys listening.
Don't forget
Take
to
care.
have fun.
And please don't forget to have fun. Life could end tomorrow.